Welcome back to page 121. Just a short one today because the old breathing's not too good. We're going to go to Unearthed Arcana from 1985, and we're going to take a look at Heward's Handy Haversack. I actually like this magic item a great deal. Heward, of course, he of the Mystic Organ, the artifact, and one of the quasi-deities of the Greyhawk setting, one of the older characters in the campaign. So, Heward's Handy Haversack, worth 3,000 experience points when found, by the way. It's a magical backpack, and it appears quite ordinary. Well made and well used. It is of finely tanned leather, and the straps have brass hardware and buckles. There are 2 side pouches, each of which appears large enough to hold about a quart of material. But each is similar to a bag of holding, will actually hold material equal to as much as 2 cubic feet in volume or 20 pounds in weight. The large central portion of the bag contains up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds of material. That's a lot of stuff. And the pack has an even greater dweomer. When the wearer reaches into one of its parts for a specific item, that item will be on top, whatever else might be in the bag, in the same part of the bag. Thus, no digging around and fumbling is ever necessary to find what the haversack keeps safe. Because of its dweomer, Heward's Handy Haversack and whatever contains gain +2 on all saving throws for any reason. So that's a pretty nice little magic item. It's really just a bag of holding. And what this doesn't state is that whatever fits into the bag, while it can have the weight, it has to be able to fit through a pretty small opening. The central bag itself could be a pretty good sized opening, but the side pouches are not going to be very large, so you'll only be able to put smaller things in there, like coins or gems or something like that. I have a character who has a Heward's Handy Haversack. He's a magic user, my mage Stormcrow. And among other things, what I keep in one of the side pouches is my wands. It's my wand holster. I can then just reach in and think of the wand I want. If I want the wand of size alteration, I can think about it, and it will be the one I pull out. I think that's a great part of the magic of this. And yes, my character at 18th level, having been around since April of 1982, yes, he has several wands. We still use wands a great deal. We even beef them up a little bit, make them a little more powerful. The wand of fireballs. I have a wand of greater fireballs, which will shoot 12 dice fireballs instead of 6. And so on as the characters get higher in level, because there comes a point in D&D, because again, original AD&D, forget it, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons was actually written to top out around 12th level. And if you play the game higher, like we do, into the 18th and 20th levels, the game starts kind of coming apart a little bit. So you have to make allowances for that. So we have some greater wands, or we have wands that reduce magic resistance when they use their dweomer, things like that. Wand of size alteration is a good example of that. I might give one that would reduce a saving throw by, say, -4, or would reduce magic resistance, or maybe both. Because the way the game is skewed, once a monster is around 12 dice, it's pretty much going to make its saving throw about 75% of the time. Maybe not quite that much, but it's going to be in that neighborhood, and it gets harder and harder for the player characters to be able to actually use their magic. So one way around that is to change some of the saves. But enough on that tangent. I want to go back to this guy. It works similarly to a bag of holding, which means 2 things to me. One, it cannot for any reason be put within a bag of holding. I would have that rupture the non-dimensional space of the bag of holding and the haversack and dump everything into the void. And then the other thing would be it cannot go into a portable hole for any reason, for the exact same reason. That description is given quite well under the portable hole and the bag of holding, but it doesn't talk about for the Heward's Handy Haversack. But any of these that are just variations of a bag of holding, I have table ruled at our table that they are definitely going to suffer the same problems. They can't go within another non-dimensional space. That being said, they can go, at my table at least, into a rope trick and things like that, since that is not specifically called out against the non-dimensional space per se. So we do allow that at my table. I can understand that other tables might not, but we do. But there you have it, just a very brief look at Heward's Handy Haversack. It looks very well made. Gives you +2 saving throws for the sack itself, plus whatever's inside, which is good if you get hit by the old fireball and you've got to make a saving throw versus fireball. This would go as possibly soft leather, but at least it gets a +2 for the saving throw for that. So that's kind of good. The bag itself, I did kind of walk away from this, but it can contain 20 pounds of material in both of the side pouches and 80 pounds in the center. So that's 120 pounds. That's pretty darn good. That's what's that work out to be about 1,200 gold pieces. That's pretty darn good. Generally in D&D, it's 10 gold pieces per pound. And I love the whole reach in and you get whatever it is you're looking for. I've had one player who used this as his spell component holder. And if he thought of he needed back guano because he was going to cast a fireball, it would be there right at the top and he would pull it out. I had him put everything in tiny little separate pouches so he would be able to just think of it and get it instead of just having the guano sitting in there, because then it would shift and mix and smear and things like that. But that's how we've used it a couple of times. I've given out a few of these. These are very nice. I find almost always it's an underappreciated magic item until the players stop and really read the description and think about it a little bit, and then they start getting really interested in having this item. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. Like I said, just a short one. Having a little trouble breathing today, so there you have it. That's Heward's Handy Haversack out of Unearthed Arcana. Unearthed Arcana, by the way, is going to be 40 years old next year, and it came out in 1985, so in 2025 it'll be 40 years old. I'm a little blown away by that. But that's all I've got today on page 121. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there, and I'll see you next time.